Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Courtney with Southern Owls, and today we are designing one of my personal kits that you can find on my website. This one is a cow design that I'm super excited. It comes with your work form, your beautiful sign, ribbon tails pre-cut, your roll of ribbon for your bow, 2 rolls of mesh, your pipe cleaner, your cable tie, and the wire that you're going to need to hang up your wreath on your beautiful front door. Here is the adorable cow sign. Oh, she's so pretty. So this is what we're going to design with tonight. I am adding in a little bit of teal ribbon to make this super fun. So let's get started. I need to cut my mesh first, so I'm just going to roll all of this stuff to the side. You're going to get 2 rolls of mesh in your kit. You're going to get this chocolate brown and beige, which I think is just so perfect for our cow, our brown cow. Okay, so let's start designing. So I always like to roll these out on top of each other, and I'm going to cut this in because y'all can see both of them look sad, so we're just going to cut that nice and straight with my rotary blade. And I'm going to do curls for this wreath tonight, so we're going to do 10-inch cuts, and we're going to need 27 of each color. 27. Let me get all these little tools out of the way. So I'm just going to go measure out the 10 and slide my rotary blade right down. And we got to do this 27 times. 27. All right, find the 10. Hold it down, find the 20, hold it down, and then find the 30. I do have a really large mat, so if you can only do 1 or 2 cuts at a time, guys, that's totally fine. Also, if you don't have a rotary blade and all you have are scissors, you can use a pair of scissors as well. Alright, so we're just going to start cutting away. I haven't even counted. Have y'all been counting for me? Just kidding. All right, guys. So if you are new here, welcome. I have kits available on my website, which is theSouthernOwls.com. So you can shop my kits there. I have a few in stock normally. After these cow guys, we are, look how weird that is. That's okay. It's going to be fine. After these cows, guys, we're going to be deep diving into 4th quarter holidays. So stay tuned for Halloween, fall, and Christmas, which I know sounds ridiculous, but we got to start designing. We got to start designing for them. I already rolled out my patriotic kit, so I'm like, okay, what's next? Oop, what's next, guys? Okay, let me slide back on the 10. And these are just 10-inch cuts. And we need 27 of each color. So I think we still got a few more to go, and then I'm going, I'll pause y'all real quick and count how many I have done. It's not going to be the whole roll. You are going to have a little bit of scraps left over, which of course comes in handy to make one of my paint stick swags. If you've never made one of those, check out my channel. It's a great way to use leftover mesh. If you have a little bit left of something, you can always turn it into something else. Alright, let's see. I feel like I've done it like 9 times, right? Okay, I'm going to pause y'all and count so I don't waste your time. Okay, I was short 3, so I cut those real quick off camera. But you're going to have a little bit of left for another project. So I'm going to put that off to the side. And we are going to grab our work form. So this is called a raised work form. It has 18 tinsel ties on it, 8 on the top and 10 on the bottom. So I just like to get it a little bit prepared before we get started. And let me move these out of the way. These are eager beavers. They want to be used first, so okay. So just peel these apart, and we're going to start off with 2 brown and 1 tan. And you see how the mesh just kind of naturally wants to roll? I'm just going to give it a little bit of help and roll it up and then crumple the middle right in my hand. So now we have this cute curl. We're going to do it with all 3. Just kind of roll it up, put the middle, crumple it right in your hand. You don't have to death grip it, just nice and loose so it's not going to go anywhere. If this hurts your hand, you can always use a chip clip to hold these in place while you are rolling up the next set of mesh, okay? We don't want to hurt ourselves. I was about to say each other. We don't want to hurt each other either, but we definitely don't want to hurt ourselves. Okay, so now we have 3 curls. So this is a curl bundle, and we're just going to add this right into our twisty ties. It doesn't matter where you start. Just open up one and place those curls right down in. Oop, and give it a nice good twist. So we have 2 browns and 1 tan. Hold on, there's a little guy. Snip him right off. Sometimes it happens, it's mesh, okay? All right, we're gonna do the same exact thing, but we're gonna do opposite. Opposite. So we're gonna do 2 tans and 1 brown. So same thing, just let that mesh naturally roll up. Find the middle. We're gonna pinch it. Same thing, just let it naturally kind of roll in on itself. Just give it a little bit of help. Put it right in there. And same thing right here. So now we have 2 tans and the 1 brown. We're gonna go right next door, and I kind of put this one up and down. I'm gonna go this one side to side, and I'm just doing that to fill up space on our form. So we're just gonna lay that right down. We wanna make sure that everything is covered on our work form, because we're not going back around. We're just going one time around. So that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. A new little technique, a new little trick to learn. So now we're going to do every other color. So we're going to go right back to 2 browns and 1 tan. Just guide it a little bit. It'll kind of naturally go. Bundle it right in the middle. Hold it. You don't have to death grip it, but just hold it tight enough. Get that going. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a little bit of opposite direction and put this one up and down. And I just like doing that because we're just going to really fill in this form. Okay? Ooh, it's already looking so beautiful. So same thing. We're just opposite colors again. 2 tans. Let it curl up a little bit naturally. Also, just a little tip too, when I am holding these, I try to make sure that that seam is down in my hand, okay? Like I try to make sure that the seam is on the back side. So when we put this in the wreath, that seam is not on the front. Does that make sense? I hope so. So I always kind of be a little bit mindful of where that mesh ends and put that down. Right? Okay, so we're going to do that. Next little curl bundle, and we're going to put that one side to side. And once we start getting more of these in here, it's really going to start filling up and becoming super, super beautiful. Okay, I'm going to move on. I'm going to go a little bit faster. Here we go. Y'all are doing great. Y'all are doing great. And thank you so much for everyone who has purchased one of my kits. I greatly, greatly appreciate you, and the return customers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'm a small business. I'm one-man show, so I see every single order that comes in. I personally pack it and ship it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It means so much to me that you love to design with me over here on my YouTube channel. I feel like we have a lot of fun over here, and I really appreciate it. Okay, we're going right in there. Just filling up our work form. And remember, I'm doing the opposite direction. So we're just really getting it really nice and full. I'm not going to lie, this mesh smells a little weird. So I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know why it does. It smells a little weird. And I got it from from Market. I bought it wholesale. I don't know. So, fair warning, if it has a weird odor, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Okay, one more on the top, and then we're going to move on to the bottom. If you have purchased a kit from me, which one was your favorite? Do you have a favorite that you've designed? I would love to know. Drop it in the comments. Love to hear from you. Oh, that's a little wide. Hold on. Did you see that one in? I did not want to give it a little help. There we go. And this one's going to go side to side. And just give it a little twisty twist. Okay, so we have the top done, and now we're going to go in on the bottom. And we're going to do the same exact thing. 3 curls to 1 bundle. Opposite colors. So I'm just going to start off with the chocolate. It doesn't really matter. We're going to do 2 chocolates first to the 1 tan. Guys, I cannot believe it is already May. Like, that's pretty crazy. We're moving right along. School is almost out for summer. Does anyone have any fun travel plans? We are going to Tennessee. My whole family's from Knoxville, Tennessee. So that is where we're going to be this summer. I'm really excited. Super, super excited. Of course, I am going back to Market, Dallas Market in January to go buy some gorgeous supplies for upcoming wreath kits. I'll be shopping for spring. I know, it's pretty wild. Okay, so just like, you know, my ruffles, how I'm like, don't worry, at the bottom, just do it all the same. I'm doing the same direction. I'm not worried about crisscrossing it or anything like that. I'm just doing all of them the same on the bottom. Just like in my ruffle method, we're doing that same exact thing. We're just doing some curls, and I'm just putting them in horizontally. I'm not worried if one's vertical and one's horizontal, because it's all just going to push up against each other. And once we get it all secured, we can kind of manipulate those curls to where we want them to be. So you kind of just fluff them out a little bit, push this guy up, because they're going to get crazy, you know. Fill that little hole in. I always kind of just like to get everything in place, and then I will go back, and if I need to manipulate anything and show it who's boss, then I do so at the end. Sometimes we gotta do that to our wreaths, you know? Sometimes you gotta put them in their place. And that's okay. We gotta show them who's boss sometimes. All right. Getting those curls ready to roll. Also, guys, I know, I should have said this in the beginning when we started adding the mesh. Make sure that you really pull those twisty ties nice and tight, because we don't want the mesh to slip out later. So just make sure that when you're laying that mesh down into that pipe cleaner, that twisty tie, that you're really using your Hulk mighty muscles and getting those nice and tight. All right, a few more to go. Y'all are doing great. We're almost finished with putting the mesh in. The mesh is just to really support our wreath and to give it a good foundation so we can put the sign and the beautiful ribbon on, and we just have a really good base to put all of the extra fun things in. Two more. Perfect, perfect. All right. And we're going to end with the double tan. And the chocolate on top. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go around, and if there's any curls, you know, not acting right, we got to put them in their place. Oh my gosh. I think everything is looking pretty good though. Not too many little adjustments. Just a few. And of course we're going to be adding some more elements in. Oh yeah, that's cute. Ooh, I like that little curl look. Okay, so now I always like to add in my sign next. So here is our 10-inch metal sign, and this is from our friends at Creek Road. You know, I love them. So I'm going to take my jewelry hole punch, which once again you can get from creekroad.net. So if you love using these 10-inch metal signs, that is where I get them from. Also, guys, if you do ever shop with Creek Road, you can always use my code OWL10 and you'll get 10% off your entire order. Okay, so we're going to thread that pipe cleaner right through the hole and give it a few good twists. And we're going to do that to all 4. So I threaded through about 2 inches. I fold it over. That was less than 2 inches, but okay, we'll say 1 inch to 2 inch. Now I'm just going all the way around. If you don't want to use the pipe cleaners, oh goodness, you can always use floral wire. I just don't have any because I have a love-hate relationship for it, so I don't keep it in stock. I don't keep it in stock, guys. That's a story from another time if you haven't been a owlet from the beginning. Guys, also, if you're loving these kits and if you've missed one or have sold out too fast, if you become an official owlet on my website, which means you just sign up for my emails, you will be the first one to know that a new kit has arrived because I always email blast. So make sure that you are signed up on my website, which is theSouthernOwls.com, and you'll receive that email. Okay, so we're just going to thread this through. We're still not going to go around the curls. I want to go through one of the curls because that mesh is going to help my sign stay up on top of the wreath and not sink down into the wreath. So I still want to make contact through the mesh. Don't move those curls around. Go through one of them. And then where the wire frame is, you want to hook your pipe cleaner around it. Well, goodness, I thought that was tight enough. Hold on. There we go. Alright, we're going to go oop, oop, oop. Top to bottom. Go through those curls. At least one of them, let me move. That 2 is too thick. Go through 1. Did I just pull that? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I don't know what is going on down there. Alright, we're going around the wire. Of the frame. A few times. Alright, let me come back down here. What's going on down here, buddy? What's going on? Okay, let me get that a little tighter. Go around that work form frame. I'm telling you, sometimes you gotta show these wreath who's boss. Alright, we're gonna go side to side. Same thing. Manipulate one of those meshes, little curl bundles, so it goes underneath. Push it where it needs to go. So you go through it. And around that wreath base again, around your form. And last one. And we're going to go around that work form again. Okay, so as you can see, some of our curl bundles are now stuck underneath our sign. So what I like to do is kind of just go and pull them out. If it doesn't have, of course, a pipe cleaner in it. So I go and pull, you don't have to pull all of them out, but I do like to pull some of them because of course our sign does need a little bit of mesh to sit on top of so it doesn't fall down into the sign, but I want those curl bundles sticking out so we don't have any gaps in between our form and our, well, that looks sad, see? Oh, that curls all the way down there. Well, what are you doing down there? Hold on, let me get this guy out. There we go. Yeah, because we don't want any of those gaps, right? Perfect. All right, so now we have our super fun sign on there. And now it is bow time. So we're gonna do a smaller bow for this guy. I want to put mine up in the top left corner, but if you want to move yours to the bottom or right, this is your design. So I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and then if you want to place yours a little bit differently, that's totally fine. So we're gonna grab our ribbon bundle, unroll it, and we're gonna start off with the 2.5-inch brown canvas. I'm gonna measure 6 inches, give it a pinch, and pull it down to the 0. We're going to do 10-inch, measure at the 10, and these are going to be 5-inch loops. So when you bring it together, that makes 5-inch loops. And we're going to do it again at the 0, 5 inches, and we just give that underneath ribbon a twist, set back at the 0, and we're going to cut off at the 6. You're going to have a little bit of extra ribbon because I do like to make sure you'll have enough ribbon when you're making your bows. But you'll have a little bit of extra to cut off. Same thing, grab this 6, lay it right in your hand, remove that thumb, and place it right underneath your thumb. 10 inches again, bring it together, give it a twist. 10 inches, bring it together, and cut off at the 6. So I'm going to do this really fun turquoisey teal, I guess teal, to match our sign. Give it that nice pop. Same thing, 6 inches. We're just going to lay it right underneath our thumb. And now we're going to shrink our loops down to the 9, which is going to make them 4.5 inches. And I like to do that just so you can see the ribbon behind it. So it lays nice, it's not completely covering that ribbon, and it just gives it a little bit of a size difference. We're going to come back and cut off that few little extra inches at the 6. Super cute. I'm going to put that tail on there. This is how it's going to look if you're using a bow maker, right? A little different. Bow makers are fine too, guys. All right, 6 inches. Once again, pick that thumb up and place it underneath. And then we are going to do 9-inch loops. So that's going to be, or excuse me, 9 inches. So that's going to be 4.5-inch loops. 9 inches. Bring it together. And then we're going to flip it around our thumb for that racetrack loop. I don't measure this. I kind of just eyeball how big I want that center loop to be. Twist that underneath ribbon and cut off at the 6. That was a little too long. Super, super cute. Now you're going to grab that cable tie, thread it through right where you're holding it. Start putting it together, but wait, and thread through that pipe cleaner, and now go all the way down. Oop, halfway. Don't get too tight, but just tight enough so the ribbon's not gonna slip out. Well, I wanted one tail on that side, but that guy's like, not today, lady. We're not going over there. You are going over there, sir. Okay, I twist my pipe cleaners just a few times underneath, and then we're going to find all of our ribbon tails, and you can either do an angle cut or dovetail. I personally like a dovetail, so I fold that ribbon in half and cut up at an angle. And we're going to do that to every single one. So fold that ribbon in half and cut up at an angle. Okay, and now that it is nice and secure, we're going to kind of start manipulating where we want everything to be. Oh, I love that pop of color. Oh, that's so country. Oh my gosh, I'm here for it. This might go on my front door. I'm not going to lie. This is very, very cute. Oh, this guy looks a little long. Let me cut this guy just a little bit. These guys look a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put mine in the top left. So right where this twisty tie is where I'm going to thread through my bow. And once again, we want to hit a little bit of that mesh and go through it, so our bow sits on top of our wreath and doesn't smush down into it. All right, make sure that you're going around the work form while we're twisting that pipe cleaner and securing it. And now that our bow is completely on and secure, we can kind of start just fanning all of this out how we want it. Of course, I don't want to cover up my sign, so I kind of want to manipulate everything off of it. That's looking cute. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I love a good cowl wreath, guys. It could be because I live in Texas. I don't know, but ooh, that bow's beautiful. That bow is bowing. That bow is bowing. Super, super pretty. Okay, so now we are going to grab our pre-cut ribbon tails. And this is also your choice, designer's choice, whether you want to leave them, if you want to angle cut these or if you want to dovetail. Like I said before, I like a good dovetail. That's just who I am. If you don't like a dovetail, just angle cut them. That's totally fine also. It looks amazing. I'm just a dovetail kind of girl. Guys, if you need a good pair of scissors, these are from creekroad.net. I love them. You can cut multiple ribbons at a time with ease. I have backups to my backups. While you're grabbing your metal signs and your jewelry hole punch, you can grab a pair of scissors also from creekroad.net. Shameless plug for them, but I really do love them, and you'll know that. I do love them. If you do shop with Creek Road, be sure to use my code OWL10 and you'll get 10% off your entire order. Alright, so we got this bundle done, and now we're going to move on. So the brown goes with the cow, and then the teal goes with the chevron stripe. So I'm just grabbing a few at a time. Guys, if you're a new wreath maker, don't do this. Just cut 1 or 2 at a time until you get the hang of it. Because let me tell ya, you don't want to go back and recut all these. So just do a few at a time if you're new to wreath making. Okay, so this ribbon tail bundle should have 8 pieces, and then your other ribbon tails should be 7. So you should have 8 of each of these, and then 7 of the cow with the brown. Okay, I asked in my other cow tutorial, I got to know, do you have a cow? Do you have a favorite cow? I love a Highland cow. I love Longhorns because I live in Texas. I really just love any kind of moo cows. We do live out in the country, so I am blessed that we are surrounded by cows, and I love them so much. I think they're so beautiful. And, of course, delicious. I had to. I'm sorry. Okay, so since we have more of the teal and chevron stripes, that's what we're going to start with first. So we're going to take 1 chevron stripe, place it down, and then place your teal right smack dab in the middle. You're going to find the middle of your ribbon and give it a pinch. I kind of just walk my fingers up to the other side and pinch it. And then I'm going to find these twisty ties that's closest to the bow and lay that right down in there. Give it a good couple twists. Now I like to spread my ribbon tails out. So once they're nice and secure in there, I just grab them and fluff them out. And we're just going to keep on going all the way around. So we're going to grab one of the browns, and we're going to put the cow ribbon right smack dab in the middle again. Find the middle of those ribbon tails and go right next door into the next twisty tie and lay it right down in there and give it a few good twists. And guess what? We're going to go back out. I want that teal on top, so I'm going to make sure that teal is popping. And just grab those tails and fluff them out. I like to do that because it just kind of takes up a little bit more space. You just see a little pop of the mesh with that beautiful, beautiful ribbon coming out. And we're just going to keep on going. Every other color. All the way around. Once it's secure, fluffing out those tails. The great thing is all of this ribbon is wired, so you can manipulate it where you want it to go, which is great. Guys, it's been a crazy day here. I'm filming these at night. We had no power all day. They were fixing our poles here in the neighborhood, making them quote-unquote hurricane proof. And guys, Centerpoint did not even warn us. They sent us an email this morning that our power was going to be out. And the first email said, oh, your power is going to be out till 1 p.m. And then immediately, I'm not even kidding, like 3 minutes later, they sent out another email saying that our power was going to be out until 4:30. And I was like, oh my gosh, Tuesdays are my film days. So I'm over here late at night because the work must be done. It must be done. So sometimes later in the evening, words are hard. Words are hard. I used to be a morning person. Or excuse me. I used to be a night owl. And then I had kids, and 5:30 comes very, very early. So I do try to go to bed at a decent hour now. But man, I used to stay up so so late. So late. It really wasn't pre-kids. I should say pre-elementary school. Because even in preschool, they didn't have to be there that early. Pre-elementary school. Okay, we're at the last twisty tie up on the top. Beautiful. I always like to make sure that my bow is bowing. And I slide that tail underneath the bow. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Stop it. Shut the front door. That is adorable. That's really, really adorable. Hold on. We got to push this mesh over here. You see that hole? Did you see that hole on camera? We're going to push it down underneath our sign because we don't want any holes. No, no, no. See, I actually use y'all as a mirror. Haha. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go around the bottom and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to start layering our ribbon and then starting wherever you want to start on the bottom. I'm putting that right in. Now on the bottom, I just leave them in a V. But if you want to spread your tails out on the bottom, you can totally do that as well. Also, my friends, if you don't like the pipe cleaners, the little tinsel ties showing, not everyone loves them, you can cut them out. We can cut them off. We are done. This is the last steps in our wreath making. So if you get all done and you're like, ooh, I don't really like those twisty ties showing, you can totally just take your little nippers and nip them right off right now. I like them. I don't know. I might be a little weird, but I like them. I think they're cute. I think they give like an extra added texture to the wreath. Like another little element. Call me crazy. But I do like them. I think they're cute. Now, if a client is like, ooh, can you cut those? Of course I will. It's their wreath. It's not mine. So if a client doesn't like them, I am not offended at all. If they don't like the little tinsel on their wreath. Okay, you're doing great. Almost done. Almost done, and she is so fun. Did I knock 2 off, or did I count 2 short? Oh my goodness. Did I really do that? Hold on, let me... I had to have knocked you off. I swear I counted right. Okay, let me pause y'all. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry about that. I totally miscounted. No worries. I'm glad this was my tutorial and not someone's wreath kit. Oh, like I said, it's late. It's late here. It's late here. All right, last one. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. She's beautiful. Did I smush that? My bad. Okay, here we go. Grand finale. She's adorable. I love that teal. Don't look at my mess back there. Oh yeah, sorry, the ring light. I'm trying not to get the ring light, but to get the whole thing. Pause. So cute. I love the curls. That's a really fun little touch. I love our bow. I'm loving the teal. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't look at my mess. Don't look at my mess. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to move this little curl bundle. It was a little holy right there. I saw it on film. I saw it. Oh, on film. I'm dating myself. I'm dating myself. There we go. it's lifted up now. Perfect. Okay, we filled in that little gappy hole that I saw. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I truly appreciate it. Sorry I miscounted on my tails, but I promise your kit will have enough. If you want to purchase this kit or any other kits, you can do so on my website, which is theSouthernOwls.com. Thank you so much, guys, and I can't wait to craft with y'all again soon. Night, everyone.